Now, I don't like to make a habit, really, of, planning stuff out and building it and then being like, look what I planned. But spacing everything out and trying to figure out exactly how everything goes together, now that it's all done, it looks really easy. But it was just a lot of indecisiveness. I've recorded like 15 minutes of this video already, and I've sort of decided to say, you know what? This isn't how I want to start everything for you. I'm just going to show you what I ended up with instead of all the moving around and indecisiveness. This is my solution that I've come up with for trying to get this gravel to be used all the time, because it is full again, right? And we've got construction waste almost here, but they're not going to load any more in here because there's nowhere to put the gravel anyway. And then again, construction waste is full. So this is back to being a problem. I need to build something. I need to build a lot of something to free up room so that we don't have construction waste problems. So this is what I've come up with. Let's go from over here. So as you know, I'm trying to, not only am I trying to fix this and like use these resources, but I'm also trying to solve the other problem, which is that I don't have a good way of getting asphalt and concrete sourced from here. We're fixing both of these issues right now for this. So asphalt's going here, all right? Asphalt plant right there. It's going to just tap into this gravel source, easy. And then I'm piping a bitumen tank right there, all right? And we're going to pipe that into here. Now, to get the bitumen in here, and then obviously this is for helicopters, so three pads for them to pick up asphalt, right? To get the bitumen in here, I've been looking around trying to find, like, what's my solution to bringing this resource here. And I was almost ready to pull the trigger on having trains bring it this far, right? And then having from here, it would actually be this far, right here, this far. Having trains bring it this far and then taking it by truck from the tank the rest of the way. And then I thought, we're probably going to be using this source a lot because we're going to be building over here. And I want to have asphalt readily available. And I don't know if a single truck or two trucks or a whole a dedicated distribution office, whatever, that's a good distance to travel back and forth. I don't know if it's going to be able to keep up with my needs. So I wanted to bring it in with the train. There's just no room for a train station in here. At least I didn't think there was. Because as I come down to the liquids tab over here and I go into the load and unload, I noticed something. I don't just have access to these, which is what I thought I had the limitation for. There's actually this one now. Right? New buildings and stuff from the patch, right? I haven't explored all of them yet, and one of them is this oil loading and unloading. It's a little 39-meter station with a single track, and that is all I need. I just need a little train, with a couple of cargo wagons, a couple of tanks to drop it off every once in a while, and that's what we're gonna do. And I've got it gonna come off of this main rail. I don't really like coming off the main rail, I'll be honest, but I don't really have a whole lot of choice. The only other choice I have is coming from this direction and then having it pop into here and then leaving on the main rail, which I may choose to do. I don't know. It's a pretty... This location is pretty flexible, to be honest, because it's I can either tap into this here, or I just go a little bit further and get right there. Or I merge onto this one, or I merge onto this one. It's materially the same. So we'll see how it works out. And if I have to swap the track, I'll swap the track. I do have an issue with this location, though, and it's this. This little substation is in my way. And because the walking path, it's the whole thing where it's like you can't build close to intersections, right? And that's the starting point for this. And there's nowhere I can put this walking path where it won't be in the way of this rail. There just isn't a way to do that. So like if I was going to go, no matter how far away I try to take this or how close I try to take it, it don't matter, right? I want to put it here. But yeah, no matter what I do, it's going to be in the way. So here's how I have to play this. For the moment, since I can't put this simple walking path across that, this thing has 13% wear and tear. that's fine. I don't really care. When this station is built and it's operational, everything's working, we're going to build another one of these right next to this and have the walking path kind of be facing, you know, a different direction so that we can better manage that. Probably come in from like this side, for example, and yeah, do something like this and then just pop it over. So we'll build it like over here. And I guess I could probably get that going now. I don't have to wait. So we do something more like this. And I do like the location. I don't want to move that too far. So we'll put it like right here, I guess. Maybe angle it this way because the pipe is coming in from that side. So we do want it to be in the way or out of the way there. So yeah, right about here, I guess is fine. We'll build another one to replace it. And then when the time comes, we just kill that and then take the pipe that was there and just connect it, right? And then everything's back to normal. Temporary lapse in water won't be such a big deal because this building isn't operational yet. I paused it with 186 work days remaining, so we don't have to worry about maintaining it anymore. Okay, so that's the solution for asphalt. I like it. It's going to be good. But now I have to also get concrete going in here too. Concrete's the more challenging one because dry bulk is harder to move, in my opinion, than liquids is. Liquids is fairly easy. Underground pipes, done. Dry bulk, you got the conveyors, you got there's setup for that. There's different stuff you have to do for that. To get access to the gravel, we're going to come up this, go to this conveyor, and then pop it right down into the building. No big deal. And then to deliver the cement, we're coming down the same main rail. I was really hoping not to have to do that. And I think eventually I won't have to. Eventually, we're going to make cement over here. And we'll get this in via train on the other direction. But this is going to be where my load unload for the rail dry bulk storage is going to be right here. And so this just kind of comes down through this way. I was playing around with the terrain, so the track looks terrible and it's got dirt all over it and everything, and it doesn't look great. You got the pipes and stuff sticking out. It don't look great, but once we build the track, it'll look better. And even if it doesn't, once the track's built, I can then do the whole like delete, no, change my mind thing, and everything will look fine from there. But I was kind of playing around the train, trying to get the train track to look smooth instead of being all jagged. And I think it did an okay job. It's a little elevated on one side, but because it is kind of coming down a hill. But I think it did an okay job. As long as the conductor, or is it the engineer? The driver of the train. My brain, man. I don't have a brain anymore. As long as the driver of this train knows to slow down. That's more of a role play thing here, right? Knows to slow down before he takes this curve. He shouldn't have any issues. Shouldn't be any problems derailing into the water. But if he does derail, if the train derail, it'll probably be, you know, as far as train derailments go, which tend to cause a lot of damage, this one will be almost no damage other than the train itself. So there you go. Actually, they might even survive because, you know, the water will cushion their fall. Yeah. Anyways, there's that. So this goes in, feeds, big storage silo right here. And then there was no way, there's just not enough space. There was no way for me to get the storage silo. I'm going to let it run, actually, because I need them to build these things. In fact, I need them to build it now. So we're just going to go in to helicopter construction offices. I'm going to have you guys just start on this. Yeah, I mean, you have auto search as your things, which is pretty good. But yeah, I want all of these things done. Let's start with these and the landing pads, the parking lots, all the roads. Yeah, we'll get all of these things going too. There's a lot of roads to build here. We can get that going. Yep, this little thing here, if you can do it. Okay, I guess you can't. No big deal. Some of these things can't be reached by helicopters, which is unfortunate, but it is what it is. And yeah, so that looks fine. And then you can't build that, but you can build this. So we'll do that. And then the pipe underneath, can you do that? No. Somebody else has to do that. No big deal. Then we'll have Magninograd's office. We'll just say, I want you to do all of these things. Whatever you can do, go. Okay, good. And then finally, we'll also want to get the trains. Hi, autosave. Want to get this train to come in and do this track over here too. So we'll get you started on that one. You won't be able to do this side until they work their way over here. There is a crossing right here as part of the design. So, you know, the left side track, right side track, there is a merger on this. and it's intended to allow the trains who come in from this side to stop here and then turn around and go back the other way, right? So that's being built into it too. And of course, all of it is electrified rail. So yeah, as it has been for the last decade in game. All new rail is electrified rail. Okay, yeah, so there's that. And then for workers here, the asphalt plant can be fed by the standard workers that are coming to the gravel area anyway. They can, the same source, that underground tunnel, they can walk here. And then there's obviously this parking lot as well. To get into the concrete, though, that's a little farther away. I could get walking paths, but they're kind of obstructed by where I had to put helicopter landing pads. So helicopter is blocking this. And then this is going to use a factory connection. Like I said, there's not enough room at all for this to go in here and also feed it by a belt. So we're using the factory connection, which is just as effective. It's fine. Yeah, I don't think it... If anything, maybe it uses less energy. So that's cool. And then for the rest of the workers, though, there's a parking lot right here, which they can park here and then walk all the way over here if they want to. They'll also be able to park here and walk across into here. So this should be a good parking space for a lot of people. Hopefully they'll use it. And then we have I can probably put a little parking lot over here too. I thought about doing that. We'll see how it goes, but they should be able to take from here and walk into the cement. And then we'll have a source of cement in here, and that'll be it. Yeah, there you go. So as long as we can start using this gravel, all of our construction offices and stuff are going to start using this gravel now, and they'll be working on building this in the meantime. Okay, over here for the trams, we've got a little bit of progress done. It hasn't been that long, right? We're still in November 2011, right? Taking a look at budget, I've got a bit of a budget issue this month, most likely from buying oil. Let me just double check. Oh yeah, the boat bought oil again. That's why. And we bought, this is also the month where we buy, we go several months without buying electronics. This just happens to be the month we did that too. But that's what we got all this money for, right? Yeah, but because I have all this money, I'm considering buying another one of them boats. I want to do that. Real quick check on prices, though, because we know that the trade, international trade here, is going to affect prices, right? And how everything flows. But how much does it really affect it? Now, I don't have a photographic memory, if you will, of what things were before. Hang on, what's the heating problem? There shouldn't be any heating problems. Okay, so my little gallery of art I stuck over here for with really no thought ahead of time. I honestly have totally forgot why I even built this building. I think it's because these guys were lacking culture and I wanted to give them something they could just walk to, but I didn't put enough thought into it because there's no garbage service here, there's no water service here, there's no sewage service here. I mean, there's just a building with no support whatsoever, no garbage or anything. So I didn't really think this one out. Let's go ahead and get some stuff in here on this. We'll go, well, I thought we would go. Power lines are going to make it difficult to build. We'll go like this, right next to this building, like that. That'll be where the garbage is. Okay. There you go. As for water trucks are fine. As for sewage trucks are fine. I think, probably. We have sewage trucks. I might have to buy a sewage truck. Also, this gas station just completed, or maybe it completed a year ago. I don't remember. They didn't even start building this thing. This is a wind turbine I wanted to have to supplement power. All right, so tell you what, let's get Zernoski on this. And then we need fuel over there. And I don't think I have any connection sources left. 20 out of 20, 20 out of 20, 20 out of 20, 14. Hey, there we go. All right, let's bring you right there. And we'll have you put a little bit of fuel in there too. All right. So we'll take care of the little mishaps we've got going on over here. Okay, I'm going to buy another one of those boats. But you see how fast I got my money back. Like, my money went, I'm up to 83 again, right? So went from 30 to 83 in less than half a year. Because as soon as those boats fill with bauxite and they make it to the other side of the border, I make, 6 times my money. So it's good. But I am gonna tell that oil boat to take a chill pill. I think I'm gonna bench that oil boat. As soon as that oil boat is done with its route to, like, you know, give me the dollars for that, I'm gonna have it come over here and sit in this harbor right here, because I don't need any more. We're gonna wait until my dollars are like kind of bleeding a little bit before I send that boat on its way again. It's this one now up to 64 million. It's gonna cost me 4 million rubles more for another one of these now. It is crazy. We're buying it though, so down to 19 million. November was also a rather expensive month. Okay, so another boat. It's great, and we're gonna have the exact same route as the 2 existing boats. That gives us 3 ore boats that are making their rounds, doing their thing. Okay, are we solid here? As long as this isn't full, which, I mean, it's going to constantly process as they pick it up, but as long as this isn't constantly full, that means we are processing the construction waste, which means all of our garbage trucks can actually get out and do things. That's what needs to happen. The garbage trucks have to be constantly doing things. Otherwise, people get sick and buildings shut down because they can't store their waste, and it's nonsense. I don't need this many trains here anymore either. I think I'm going to have to bench one of these trains too. I think it's going to be this guy. Yeah. I think I'm going to make it this guy. You are going to go to drop off your stuff. Okay. So you go ahead and do that. I'm going to keep an eye on you. And when you're done dropping that off, I'm going to have you go back to a depot and just chill. We don't need 3 trains doing this anymore. We're caught up really well now. It's fine. Okay, yeah, so I still want this done. They're going pretty slow with it, probably because I selected to do it, but it's that source of material, right? Like, I guess we're not getting labor. This one's probably labor. This one over here was a concrete issue. But look at all the lights, right? We definitely have power. Wow. Definitely have power on that. And we have electrified rail through here, but I want to bring up a problem that I ran into, and I kind of had to once I ran into this problem, I had to reload the save, just because I had no interest in the struggle of trying to figure out how the hell to get the tram back in the position it needed to be. Like, the only thing I could think of doing is just like sell the tram, right, with the button, and then take the 400,000 ruble loss for doing that. And I didn't want to do that. It'd be more than that because I have to buy another one. So it'd be like almost 1 million ruble loss. You know, I lose the money from buying the tram, then I lose the money from because I had to buy the tram again. And then I guess that's double dipping the loss, isn't it? It doesn't matter. The point is I didn't want to deal with it. So let me show you what the problem is. And in fact, I'm going to pause it right here just so I can go back and reload it if I have to as well. So I'm just going to real quick go over here. Save as. Make new save. This is season 3, episode 141 in the middle. All right, the middle of 141. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to tell this tram to start its route. All right, and you'll see what I mean. At least I hope you don't see what I mean, because that means it's fixed. And if you don't see what I mean, then I will, do something about it. But I'm hoping that you'll see what I mean. I'm going to allow people to live in here. So in comes the people, and they're all going to be like, hey, man, I don't have jobs. And that's okay. We'll do the same over here. Allow them to move in if they want to. All right, cool. The school is operational, looking pretty good, but there's, well, hang on now. Shouldn't have a full waste container. You got this thing. Biological waste. Yeah, maybe you got too much. Need more bio bins, I guess. It hurts that it's probably the hospital, honestly. I want the hospital to kind of... Yeah. All right, hang on. Let's get 1 plastic bin in here. And let's get 2 bio bins. And then there should be a hazardous waste bin as well for this. I don't see the hazardous bin. Where are you storing your hazardous waste? Did I not select one? Okay, we'll do 2. You know what? I'm just gonna leave this. Yeah, I'm gonna leave it because I don't think there's enough trash around that hospital. I might have to do some more trash with that, like right here. do some more trash at the hospital. But I'm going to take this away so that this doesn't get full by the hospital and it can focus on just the school. But I am admittedly worried about the prospect of, well, having health problems here because of the trash. We'll look at it later. Anyway, so let me show you what the problem is with the trams. So I told these guys that they can now get here. They're starting to line up. I'm going to tell the tram that it can go. The route that it has, right, is that it goes to the stops. It goes to here, and then it goes around to here, and then it comes back, and that's it. Eventually, I will add this end station to the route once it's done being constructed. But for now, this is the route. So let's go ahead and let this thing go, and we can follow it along its journey, because who doesn't like watching a tram? Come on now. Let's see what the tram sees. God, this is a beautiful game, man. You know, even at night, everything just looks good. You get the little purple sparks going on above there, right? Sliding around, sharp turns through the poles. And there's nothing particularly remarkable about trams. You know, it doesn't have a bigger capacity than a bus. It doesn't even have as good of speed as a bus. It still has to wait around for other cars and stuff when it has to go slower and stuff. But the advantage to it is, yeah, that whole element of it being electric and not using any fuel is nice. But the other element of it is, yeah, it can go on the rails. It doesn't have to stay on the roads the whole time. It can go where cars can't go. And I really like that. All right, so we're gonna see where this tram goes. And just in case, I mean, if it doesn't work, I'm gonna have to reload anyway. So just in case it does work, I'm gonna have the other one start its journey, which is the exact same route. So we're just gonna say that you are gonna copy your route to these two trains first. That's fine. And then we'll just have you go. So we'll send another tram out to start doing the same thing, because they're gonna start having people waiting here, and we don't want that. All right. So where's my tram? The tram is, right, it comes to this road, and then it crosses, which is silly, but okay. Comes here, and then it crosses onto this track. And so I had to rebuild these tracks. You might remember from the end of the last video. I had to remake these so that they end up crossing again. So this one crosses and goes that way, and I have placed signals here just so that it adheres. You know, it's kind of like a keep left thing on these signals, but just so that it pays attention to the traffic on this and it doesn't end up, you know, choking the system that way. But we have proper signaling here because it will then cross back and be on that side of the track, okay? So this tram goes just as planned, right? Just as I wanted it to. It's like a little bus just borrowing the train tracks for a little bit. And, well, it looks like it's going to wait for this other train, which is a good thing to do. All right, I'm not judging, but, you know, maybe you should go now. Let's go. I don't want to wait anymore. Go. And then, you know what? Maybe we can go a little faster. Can we? Just a wee bit faster. All right, it drops them off on this station, just as it's supposed to do. Everyone gets off the tram, but then it does this. The view area where possible issue exists on the route. Its closest point to target destination that the vehicle can reach. If I just hover this, you're gonna see the tracks that this thing is able to reach. And if I come over here, it's gonna do something weird. It's really strange, right? It highlights that it can reach that, but it doesn't get there. And it says it can't reach this road. It just flat out won't reach it. It doesn't do anything. I don't know how to make that happen. I don't know how to make it do what it needs to do. So it wants to get to here instead of there. And it's bugging me, you know, because I thought this was a really well thought out plan and everything connects really well. And it even shows that it can get back to this track, which is the track it needs to get to cross in and get back on this road. But it doesn't do it. And I don't know how to stop that. You know, like I don't know how to fix it. And there's no way there's no way to fix this. Like, if I tell you to go to the depot right now, right? You'll be like, okay, sure, yeah, man, I'll go to the depot, absolutely. Except I don't know how to get there, boss, help. And that's, again, the other problem. I don't know how to make it, and I can't control H it. And so you end up with a tram that's just stuck here, and another tram coming in that's also confused. And now, the reason why I reload, I have no idea how to get these trams out of here without just hitting the sell button and being like, well, I guess that's a loss, right? So if you know how this is going, if you know why this is happening, I would love to know the reason why this can't reach the destination. Now, you might, I've gone through all the typical troubleshooting steps, like, well, is this rail from this side connected to the, does it fully connect? Did you get it? Well, yeah, it highlights it. It's highlighted yellow. It can reach this spot. It can't reach this spot because it's the wrong side of the track, but the correct side of the track, it highlights it yellow all the way up to here. So I know it can work. And then, again, it's going to cross, which I still don't know why they do that, but then it's in, right? And so everything is working the way it's supposed to work, with these trams just being able to butt in really quick on the rails, get in there, and then go back and pick them up in town, except the part where they don't come back. Yeah, so anyway, if you have any ideas on that, please let me know. Like I said, I've checked all the really basic stuff already. Does tracks have power? Is it connected, etc.? But I was under the impression that if a train can go from the road to the track, that it could also go from the track to the road. And maybe that's not the way it works with trams, in which case I'm going to have to pull a mulligan, which is to have this road become a two-way only, right? And then to have a tram track here, a tram station here. So I'd have to basically tear down what I've got here, put a tram station here, and then have them walk across like that into the tunnel system. It's not what I want, but it's my mulligan. It's my backup plan, so that I don't have all of this become a waste, and so that I can still use the trams. So there is a way to do it. I just wanted this way because I thought it was interesting. Anyway, yeah, so everything's being built here. It is winter, December 11th, in the winter time, and we're already up to 31 million rubles. It's, look at that. It really is a Christmas miracle. It's because of the steel. My steel boat was almost to the border when I did the purchase of that boat, so yeah. If I come all the way over here, I bet you, yep, it's on its way back too. Quick little steel boat. It's not going to be able to make another run for quite a while, though, because there's no way I'm not making enough steel to have this thing go constantly. So, but it does, every once in a while, it'll come back and we'll have a supply here and it will pick it up, right? But if you know this answer, I'd love to have an answer to this question too, because this one here is kind of bugging me. So I want this to be the last priority, right? This is like, I want this to be last on the priority list for which storage the steel mill is putting steel into, right? So if I have like a hierarchy for where I want steel, it would be number 1 right here, and then number 2 right here, and then I would say number 3, and then number 4 here. In other words, I only want to ship the steel out and sell it when I have an abundance of it, right? Is there any way that I could tell the game this one's in last place, right? I gotta know if that's a thing. Holy moly, what am I buying? Did I just buy oil again? Because that was really fast. No, that was an electronics purchase or a meat purchase or both purchases at the same time. That just wiped out 5 million rubles. Bang, done. It's good. It's good to have a bank, right? You gotta keep yourself a cushion, and that's what I'm doing here. I'm also putting a bridge right here. I'm going to start doing more bridges as well. Let's just take that track builder and bring it home. Oh, my goodness. Hi. Oh, this is the unplayableness. This is what I'm talking about. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. I can't. Yeah. That's max speed right there. Oh, it's horrible. Please, devs, please let me use more of my CPU. I beg you. I just want to use more of my CPU. It's got so much room, so much headroom. It's crazy. It just this, like I'm using less than 3%. I'm looking at Task Manager. I have 3% utilization right now. Come on. Just like, let me use 10% of what I've got. It would make a huge difference. Ugh, very rough. I have nothing else to share with you. I want that to happen. All right, I want the trams. I gotta figure that out, and then I gotta get all this stuff settled. So I'm gonna let it run until I've got these things going. Right? At least let me get asphalt or something going so that I can start making my roads faster. Right? And then actually, in order to do that, I will need the track builder. I have to come all the way over here to get it. Track builder right there. Come on over here. I need to have this track done as well, please. All right. So let's get that going. And actually, I need to double check this because I did not check where the road is. I thought I had a road right here. Didn't I connect this to the road right here? I did. So yeah, that's on. Okay, good. Maybe you're okay. You guys are doing the substation right now. Hey, that's good. Yeah, if we can get this thing powered, that'd be amazing. Because then I'll just tear it down right now. It's fine. There's a couple of buildings that will lose water. The school right here will lose water. I think that's the only source it gets it from. Yep. And then maybe the hospital. Would the hospital lose water too? Sure hope not. No, the water's for the hospital is coming from over there. That's good. And then this building here needs stuff delivered to it as well. Yeah. So about that. Let's see. How am I going to do that? This is a distribution office that has connections but doesn't have the right vehicles to do it. This is a distribution office that has the right vehicles but doesn't have connections. Can we flippy floppy things here? I don't think so. Tell you, I mean, I could also just start employing this one, but I'd like to tear that one down and not use it. So we're gonna need another distribution office to handle that, and I think I might activate this one. I've been like postponing building it, and because I don't really know exactly what I want to use it for. You know, it's kind of like this. Hey, we should have one over here just in case things, and you know, it would be really good for hauling steel. It would come out, it would grab the steel and go do things. It could grab stuff from here pretty quickly. It's got really quick access to this warehouse. Yeah, I think I probably will build this one. Let's go ahead and have these two. Oh, the road's already good. Okay. We'll just go ahead and have these two things reinstated. It's just work days. And I think if I can get there, I'm not sure I can get there in time, but we're going to try it. Charlabinsk. Oh, you can't bring your labor here because that road's not done. Well, bring your labor to the road then. It just needs some work days over here. And if I can get this distribution center up, then what I'll do here is I'll have this one keep this, you know, full. Keep it going with all the necessary stuff that it needs to keep moving. I'm pretty sure no aluminum is required in this building, so we'll go all steel. And then, yeah, we probably want some vehicles too. I'll get the same vehicles I've been using for all of them. We'll just do this. I hear the track builder just squealing at me. There you go. Get out of here. Is this rail done now? It is. So I can now fix the terrain. Is that what you're telling me? I can... Oops. Hang on. Hang on. Cancel railway from here to here. And then cancel that cancel. I got to cancel the cancel. And then right here to here. And then cancel the cancel. There we go. So that track is now firmly above the terrain. And so I'll just have to do the rest with all the other tracks and stuff too. But at least we got that one done. And the track builder is now working on this one here too, which is pretty good. Need that as well. I have to control H it though, because there's no way to turn around. So you will have to complete this rail to get back on your own. Yeah. All right. Gonna let it run for a bit. See you guys in a second. I apparently still have some power issues over there in Magnitograd's expansion. I think it's just like one substation too few. I don't think they're actually drawing more power than I'm sending them. I don't honestly know what's causing that, because there should be more than enough power coming into this area. So these two buildings don't have power right now. If I analyze where they're getting power from, you can see they're getting it from 4 different sources. And that means that these 4 sources don't have any power. But this one does. Okay. So what else doesn't have power? This one doesn't. Okay, so this one's saying it doesn't have it. 242 out of 250. So a bit of an overload there, right? And I think if you have any of these that are like that, you probably, you got to add one more. That's just kind of how it goes. So this one right here, 192. All of these are getting 235 lines. So if anything under 2.3, they should be able to handle it just fine. And then over here, same thing. It's fine. At least it should be. So I think there's one here that's just kind of failing, and it's this one. So if I add one more, the real struggle here, though, is like, where am I getting it from? Because I don't have, as far as I'm aware, any more connections over here. I'm tapped out. So the only way I'm getting more over here is to add another like high voltage line all the way in here, and I don't want to do that. Now, one other idea, I do have a connection over on this thing. There's 4 of them here, and I could do that, but that's pretty far. That's going to be a long cable that brings it over here, but I think it's going to have to do. I mean, especially since I'm going to have this thing turned on, and it's going to be drawing power too at some point. So I'm going to do like the walking path version here. We're going to go about here with it. Yeah, about there. That'll provide some good power, and I think I might even double this up just to really give this. Yeah, I think we're going to take 2 sets of lines. We're going to bring it right here by this gas station maybe. Well, yeah, I think I'll pop it right here. And we'll go like that. Hopefully that doesn't get in the way of my bridge in the future. You can see these guys are all lining up and stuff, right? And that's the problem. We really got to get that handled. Now, if I can get these guys to pull power from, these two, then it will free up the power loads that are over here that are currently providing over here. So, yeah, we'll just go over and take where to go right over here. So I'm gonna say we bring you all the way around. Oh, it's gonna have to be, yeah, about there. Not sure if this will actually take me all the way in, but we're gonna try. From here, and then you cross right there, and then cross right here. And I just got to make sure if I'm gonna do any work in the future, like with bridges and stuff, I got to keep these posts away from it. So probably about there is good. And then this one will go over to here. Yep. And then that will connect there. And then on this side, we'll do the same thing, except we'll go in and just, yeah, double it up. Keep things kind of really close by each other here. It's fine with me. There we go. Just put them right on top of each other. Should be good. And then this one is going to come straight over. And that was what I was afraid of here, is that this one won't cooperate. I can get it here, but that's not going to be good enough. Even if I can get it there, it won't be good enough. It's not going to connect there. Yeah, I need to flip that over. Then do it like this. Flip it over. Yeah, right there. I need that to go there instead. Connect to that road. It's going to be better. And then finally, right, like... Oh, come on. Give me a break. No way. Really? You won't just like... Come on, straight in. For real? You just won't do this? Okay. All right. All right. You want to play hardball? Let's play hardball. You want to do this the hard way, I guess. Here, try this. What do you think of this one? Huh? What do you think of this? Is this more your spec? Get out of town. I can't believe it. How in the hell are you not connected? Oh, this is the building. Oh, this isn't just a track. God damn, this thing just causes me too many problems. I understand now why I didn't use trams before. Trams are a piece of work, man. I should be able to put that over there where I wanted it before. Yeah, I should be able to move that now. But you know what? Whatever. It's fine. Just connect it like that and call it good. Okay, this high priority, this high priority, and then you got 1, 2, and then we'll take magnetograd on it. Yeah, and then just so that we have more workers, because I feel like we might need them, we're gonna dedicate some Charlemagne's labor to the lines. Okay. That is gonna fix the power issues over there. At least it certainly should. I can double check that by clicking that little thing that was having a problem before. Now it says 208. So I guess that's gonna work, right? Yeah, 152. It's well below the 235, so okay. Now it just means I can't add anything more in this area, right? It is calculating, by the way. It is calculating pending constructions. So everything that's pending in here that's connected to, that's part of that calculation. So as long as I don't add anything new in this area that sucks down a lot of power, it'll be fine. But otherwise, I'm going to have to put in another high voltage line through here, and I don't want to do that because I'm just out of connections. I can also alleviate, again, some of the stress in this area if there is any, because I do have 2 connections over here. I just don't want to bring them all the way over here anymore. I'm trying to keep this place clean and free of wires and lots of trees, and that is not happening. In case you're curious, though, yeah, the poplar idea here with the trees, it didn't work to get rid of the grass. It doesn't work. This place is going to be, it's destined to be grass forever, man. And it actually doesn't look very good doing that. It's almost like I'm going straight through the woods now, and I think it looked better for an industrial area. I think it looked better being like this. So every winter I have lots of deaths, and you know, temperature being too low, and that's a brand new clinic. I just didn't bother to check its heat connection. I guess it should be fine. It's right there. Yeah. And do I not have enough people working here or what? No, we're fine. What's going on? How do you not have enough heat? You should be cruising, man. This hospital should have heat. I don't get it. You have a connection right there. It says it does anyway, but it clearly does not. No. It's just too low. Come on, get up there. Wow, look at that, man. Get up there. 15. It really should be doing better than that, but I've reached the limit of how far away I can build before I have bigger heating problems. I could put a heating plant over here, you know, and just have people drive there to work there. It wouldn't be too hard to do. And then I would just source the coal from the border. Screw it, I'll buy it. It's just, I don't want to. Oh yeah, we'll just take it from clear over there and drive it all the way over here. No, we'll just real quick buy it from the border and dump it in. It's coal, I don't care. Right? We could do that to help with this problem. It would just be a small heating plant. Something really tiny over on this side. It's really far away from people. This is far enough away, right? And then, you know, we put parking lots in here and we say, good, you're gonna heat this area now just to help supplement it. You know, I'm good with that. I think we can handle that. Let's just do that. Let's just mirror this so that the storage for it is on that side. We'll put it on the corner over here, right over here. And yeah, It's only acting as a small supplement anyway. Just a little extra heat for these houses and these buildings, so that this one over here doesn't have to work so hard. That's it. I don't plan on building any more in Zernovsky out this way. This is going to stay pretty much open because there's so much, like all the electrical cables and stuff are coming through here. So this is going to just be open anyway. And yeah, we're going to, let's say, aggregate. What is it? I want a small one. Just like the smallest aggregate storage I can get. 870. There's some steel involved in this, but whatever. So we'll put this little aggregate storage. Yeah, I don't want it in the way of. Let's flip it. Yeah, here we go. About like this is fine. Right there. Yeah, right there is fine. And then we'll have this go like that. And then I'll just put a dedicated dumper. And all it does is go here, wait till loaded and all that. And it just keeps it going. We'll buy, you know, I don't even honestly think I need the storage. We'll pause that. And we can just have the truck directly bring it here. I think its internal storage is probably enough for what we're doing. If the coal source is right there, I think it'll probably be sufficient for what we're doing. And then I'll just have the road go like this. And then we need a parking lot out this way so they can drive out here and work here. So we'll put like I think a small one, optimized traffic. I don't need the optimized traffic. I just want the 10 cars. So we'll just make it happen, I guess. We'll put the parking lot like right here. You can even do it. Yeah, we'll just do it right here like this. Parking lot there. All right. And then it can be a gravel road for all I care. Right? And then we have this little dirt path done. And that's it. Yeah, road tools. Where's my button? There it is. Okay, and then we just tell Zernovsky to build this. You know? Just go ahead and build this, guys. I don't care. It's good. You know what? We'll put a pause on these two things, though, because, again, I don't know if I'm really going to need it. And then for this, we're just going to... That's the small heating plant, right? We're just going to get the heat exchanger. And these are ones that go with walking paths, looks like. Water tank is 300 cubic meters on that one. And so I'm wanting to have, I think, the 100 one, right? Small heat exchanger, 100 cubic meters. It's nothing, right? And we'll just set it over here so it's kind of out of the way and it's not really all that, you know, I don't need it to hit a whole lot of buildings. Let's just keep it to where it's hitting a select few buildings, like right here. Like this is fine, right? There's no hospitals here. There's 2 clinics. Okay, there's two small clinics here. That's it. But ultimately, this is going to alleviate, I think, some of the pressure on that other heat exchanger. So we'll just put it right about... gosh, why can't I hit go on that? Oh, there's a power line right there. I can do it here, though. We'll just do it right here. It's cool. Like that. Good. Looks like this doesn't have a road connection, so I bet that was getting pretty close to 37%. I never hooked it up to power, though. The heck's wrong with me? Got a connection over here. What did I want this thing here for? Everything here has power. What did I need this for? Was I really starting to... Well, I mean, maybe I was looking to have, you know, some redundancy on the pumps or something in the wells, I mean. But I don't think I need this thing. I'm just gonna demo that. I don't think that's necessary. We're gonna need power over here, though, of course, but I don't think it's necessary to have it there. So I can put this over. You know, we'll stick this over here like this. And then, interestingly enough, even though all the source of the power is right here, I have to come from this side and bring it back here. Or I could just build a whole big, you know, transformer, but like, why do that? So we'll do like a 1.2 or something. Like, it doesn't have to be big. On this side is fine. And then we'll just have this 1.2. I want it to go behind. Yep. And then it comes down over like that. That's good with me. Yep. Simple enough. That'll solve the heat issues over here on this clinic. But yeah, I'm still getting deaths every winter, so there's clearly some heating issues. I do have to investigate those. I'm not entirely sure where they are. If I look at the overlays for buildings, right, we should see interior temperatures. And we do have a little bit of orange right here, but that's not enough to kill them. And the only reason that gets that way, it's not because of my connections. It looks like this is probably my problem area right here. Yeah. So I think this is the problem. There's not enough people here. I need more people here consistently. I think ultimately, if I get more people here, more people live every year, right? So I guess that's the problem. Every time I look at it, it's fine. So it must just be like this patchy thing where it's sometimes good, but then it's not good. And then it's sometimes good and not good. So where are my buses that take them here? You guys are driving, which is good still, but I need the buses. Where are the buses? I need to, however many buses I have, I'm going to triple it. Yep. You heard me. I said triple. It's probably going to be double, though. We're going to say this bus line right here. The PZ3205. Where is this bus? The hell are you doing over here? You know, I'm starting to understand the issues now. You shouldn't be over here. You have no business being over here. I bet you did that for gas. Want to bet? I bet you did that because of fuel. I bet you had to go. You went all the way over here, got fuel here, and then went like that and turned around and came back. Right? You're telling me I need a... Yeah, I need fuel here. That's why. Okay. Fuel rats. This will solve the problem probably, because now this is probably what's happening, right? Like that fuel station has fuel and that one does not. All my buses that are normally just doing this really nice, easy route are now deviating, going over there, and it's causing these massive gaps in heating. So I don't think the core problem is the lack of buses or insufficient buses. I am gonna buy 3 more anyway. I don't care. But I think the core problem with this is that because this isn't hooked up to fuel, their route is too long now when they have to go refuel. So, and when I check it, again, when I've checked it in the past, the temperatures were fine. So I think it's like, once they drop the workers off, all the temperatures spike back up and everything's fine until the next wave when it happens again. So first step is to go over to my fuel rats, find the one that doesn't have as many connections, and we're going to tell you to do that and that too. Let's keep them both full. Why not? Gonna have to start doing that anyway. So we'll have that happening with the fuel rats, and then for the bus line, need more buses for this bus line. So I'm gonna go ahead and grab, where is it? I can never find my road vehicles. Right here. Okay, so this cistern, temporarily, what I'm gonna have you do, I'm gonna stop this later, but temporarily, here's what I'm gonna want you to do. You're gonna come over to, I think it's this tank. Let's double check the tanks. Yep, this is the bitumen tank. You're gonna come over to this bitumen tank. You're gonna load your bitumen from here. You're gonna come all the way over here, and you're gonna drop that bitumen in these tanks, and you're gonna wait until unloaded, just so I can put that vehicle to work. Okay. So that vehicle is gonna have something to do now, and then in here, the PZ3205. It doesn't have to be the exact same bus, but I'm going to make it that bus. We're going to buy 3 of these things, and we're going to get more buses on the line. And then I kind of want to incorporate an end station into this route, just so to space these guys out so that they're a little more even. And I don't have an end station, but I really should, shouldn't I? Let's put an end station in here somewhere. We're going to go probably... The small one's probably good. But why go small when you can go large? I don't know if the size really does matter. Maybe we compromise and do a 3 instead of 2, 4. We do a 3. The 3 is probably good. I think the 3 is probably sufficient. Anyway, so you could do something like this. It's coming back on this side instead of this side. I think that's interesting. Yeah. Okay. Well, you're taking people that way, and you're coming back from this side. We're going to put an end station right here, just because we can. And we'll make it a... Well, let's make it a dirt road just so we can get on it. And then we can always improve it when it's, you know, not a terrible situation for everybody's lives. So we'll grab helicopters to do that really quick. We'll tell them it's a max priority, and then we'll get them spaced out. But yeah, I do lose people every winter so far. For the last 3 winters, I find that I lose like about 1,000 people, 1,500 people. But they come right back in the spring, you know. They come back like they joined us again from the afterlife. Yeah, no, they you know, we have a high birth rate and everything, so things work out that way usually. But you can see right here, lack of meat's causing lack of happiness. So happiness is dropping now. No electricities. Over 20,000 people are hit by that very small thing every once in a while. So I got rolling blackouts to look at. So like I get caught up in my construction projects, and I don't pay attention to what's happening with the rest of the Republic. The lack of electricity is a little bit weird to see, though, because we're way overproducing what we need. You know, like I'm not exporting anything out of that one. I'm not exporting much out of here. I guess I can bring that down. So I just export less. But, I mean, we really don't have a power issue. We have full coal here still. So I can export power, but the thing is, I don't need to export power, right? Like, we no longer need power as an export. Our budget is so good. Like, I don't even know if we really ever needed it as an export, but we certainly don't need it now. It's 181,000 versus, you know, almost 13.5 million rubles of other things. And this is such a small percentage of our exports that there's no reason to do it. And I am going to get another power source. But I don't think that's what's causing that happiness decline with power, the electricity. I don't think that's it, because rolling blackouts are only happening over here. So I'm not sure how it's affecting 20,000 people, because I guess I'll have to look at it again in the wintertime. But either way, I'm pretty confident anyway that 2020, like winter of 2012, 2013 is going to be a vast improvement over 2012, just simply because of adding more vehicles to this heating plant so that we have 30 people in here during the winter. It's really important that we have a lot of people in here, even though the tank is, you know, close to 90. You know, I'd say 75 or so, right? It's not bad, but it's not good, and we need it to be good. So like every time I check this, see, it's pretty good here, and I look over here and it's pretty good here, but then it cools down rapidly as people leave this heating plant, and we're only at 5 people now, which is pretty bad. But for the most part, it doesn't look half bad, right? I mean, this is okay. Now we got 15 people in there, so with 15 people in there, all of these things should be slamming 21. This is maxed down. Maxed out, I guess, whatever. Yeah, 22, 23, 24, slamming 24. But, like, look at that rapid decline. How is that happening? That's what I have to figure out. How does the temperature drop that extreme that quickly when this thing is slamming, you know? That's the part I don't get. Well, it's because of power, right? It slams because the heat exchanger loses power. So I got to look at that. It's getting power from many sources. Although this one's not built yet. Why? Why didn't you build this? Guys, you got to build the things, okay? It's concrete. Concrete has been slowing me down so much. Bring it in from Charlebinsk. ASAP. So that's the reason. Now I figured it out. I finally figured out what happened. These things are slamming pretty good. But I still think we need more people here consistently, so I'm still going to do that with the bus routes. But that's the core problem, I think, right there, is power in this area has not been very stable. And so there's little bits I got to work on. I think once I stabilize the power here, there's no reason why my population won't jump to probably 54, 55K. And it's at that point that I'm worried about food. So even though we're losing people in the winter, I feel like I'd probably be losing people anyway, just because of a food cap, right? I've got to make more food, which leads me to my next project. So when this is done and this is set up and running and we're finally able to manufacture things, we can start looking at getting licenses for cars, making our own cars. I need to shift focus. I know I said this is the next project, but there is something more important, and that's food. And that is going to come from over here. I want to come back over here to the rural area, and I want to get this operating. And the additional farm, but mostly this right here. This food factory. I want to get this running and get it hooked up with the trains and everything to start shipping food out of here, so that we can bring food into Zernovsky from this farm, and then the food that's normally coming to Zernovsky can now get redirected to handle more people over here. So instead of bringing food from here over and from here over, we'll now bring food from here over, so that this side doesn't have to come this way. It can then only go this way or exclusively go this way. And it's once we have this set up that we now start to have a good food supply to feed into Charlemagne's North. All right. I am going to hook up another heat pipe in here. I'm going to lower this a little bit so it looks better underground. Not that it matters, but we're going to do that. Okay. I'm hooking up another heat exchanger over here, just to kind of help this out because it had too many connections. And there's not a lot of room here at all. But like I can't fit a big heat exchanger in here. But we're only short by a little bit. So I put in a small heat exchanger here. A lot less capacity, but I think it puts us over that mark that's going to help. All right. And then we've got the walking path here that'll just connect to build it. And then what we need, I need helicopters involved here. So we're going to do this. And we're going to do that one right there. Yep, right there. And then this pipe goes from this heater. So we're kind of, again, diversifying the source. Instead of it being from this one, we're now going to help it out from this one. And Magnitograd, you're going to help with that. You're going to help with that. You're going to help with all of it. Yep. And we're going to not only improve the power infrastructure in Magnitograd here, but we're also going to add that extra heat exchanger. And I think those two things together are going to eliminate my problems over here in the wintertime. Because, again, the wintertime has been bad for Magnitograd. And we're going to fix that. So, yeah. Okay. Cool. I have let it run a little bit longer, and we now have workers. Yay! Workers have finally reached the asphalt plant. Beautiful. And now we don't have the bitumen, of course. But hey, they're here. I can see them, so we can verify that it will work. And what I want to do, actually, I told these guys to go to this source for their asphalt, but there isn't any asphalt there. So for now, anyway, the helicopters will not be getting asphalt, but the other helicopters somewhere else will be getting it. And that's okay, because those ones are situated. They're physically located closer to the asphalt source anyway, so I wouldn't want them to get it. And then I will change their helicopter's location to concrete here once that is completed. Now, for concrete, obviously, that's off the table. We can't use it. We can't use this for that. So temporarily, I'm going to get a couple of buses to go in and grab people. I think I can probably have them just grabbed from here, and we can start doing buses into here. Until I figure out the tram, I'm going to start using buses. So from here, the bus will just drop them off at the station. You could always do this. I just didn't want to use the roads. So we'll get like maybe 4 buses. 4 of the big, long, like, you know, bendy buses, I guess. And we'll have them drop off right here. And then one of those buses, I think, I was going to say one of those buses should go and drop it off here. But I actually think what would be better is to just buy some cars right here. And then these guys will just walk to their car, and then they'll probably choose to park here and drive in here. But just in case they don't do that, I'm going to get like maybe 2 microbuses to pick them up here too. We're not going to pick them up from here. These guys got enough buses picking them up already. I don't want to dip into that anymore. We'll get in from here because these guys are going to be unemployed for a bit. They're going to have a hard time getting getting work, I think. How's my schools? My kindergarten? Good. This one's mostly full. I didn't build this one originally. I had to build this one because this one was full. So I built this one, and now we're good. We're at capacity now. It'll probably fill up both of them, to be honest, but because we don't have everybody living here right now. But yeah, that's where we're at right now. So anyway, power infrastructure needs to be developed, and then the extra heat exchanger combined with the underground pipe here that sends heat from that side. All those things are going to be great. This is my oil rig, and I have told it to go sit down. Just go over there and sit there. Don't do anything. And this would be the kind of timing where if it was in poor shape, we would be fixing it with this vehicle repair station at that time. But it's not in poor shape yet, and I also don't have the resources over there too. So there's still a lot of work to do over here, guys. We're not by any means done with Magnitograd, and I'm currently at this point anyway unable to move on to bigger and better things. The thing is, though, okay, one thing to kind of just put a little asterisk in there as we take off for the day. The team that builds that stuff is not the same team that builds this stuff. At least not entirely. The helicopters, yes. But the road vehicles like Charlabinsk and Zernovsky, these guys do not really engage with that, with the exception of the main officer for Charlabinsk, because those cement trucks need to keep going that way. But other than that, and I guess the asphalt too, so the dumpers, the road crews and stuff, they keep doing that. But Zernovsky has not been participating with Magnitograd, and so they can do these things, right? So we've got a little bit of concrete delivered on this one, you know, a little bit of concrete delivered here already, and we can start doing that as soon as I do this. As soon as I do that, they can do all these things, right? And we can start seeing this stuff constructed, I think, as we go. So look for that to happen. It's the springtime, so we're going to start... Well, it's going to be the springtime soon. We're going to start seeing a lot of those, you know, the tractors and stuff on the roads. But once that's done, once the tractors are done and they get to the fields and everything, these roads are wide open until fall. And so every winter and spring and summer, I suppose, just not fall. We'll stop all construction in fall. But basically every winter and spring, we are going to be diverting all of Zernovsky's construction resources over here. And with the exception of over here, which they have now, yeah, it's a pile of rubble now. Good. I've taken this out. I decided I don't want this here anymore. It was never in a good spot anyway. I don't care. You know, I've got a couple of people here who are, you know, I actually have garbage containers that are overflowing over here too now, which is super weird. So I had to look at that too. There's a lot of little things. A lot of the little problems are happening, and need to fix those. And then this was the power source for the Gallery of Art. The gallery was even outside of power range, despite being right next to all the power infrastructure. And so I built this little guy here to power the gallery, and I'm just like, you know, I don't really need to keep this on. Now it's just powering those three things. You could probably break this down too. But I think what I'm going to do instead, just because, is I'm going to hook up some medium voltage lines and just hook it up to the border. And that'll be it. We'll just hook it up to the border, and it'll, you know, when we flip this switch, it'll be just a little extra export. Honestly, it's probably not worth it. I probably should tear it down for the resources, but I haven't got to it yet. So, yeah, I've basically given you a laundry list of the things I have to work on and what I'm doing about them. As far as this goes, technical service office here with garbage trucks, pretty much is all I'm going to do. And then they can also head down this road to deliver them. Oh, and I just realized I kind of started to go into it, and then I just got distracted and didn't finish. We were going to look at the prices, right, to see how our trades are affecting the global economy, right? So if I go over here to the current prices on the global market, you can see that bauxite right now, we are selling it to the Soviets now for $13.33, okay? And we now buy it for $182.61. That is, I don't remember what the sell price was before in my head, but I do remember the buy price being like $174 something. So it is costing us more per ton. now, right? It's not enough for me to stop the trade. It's a pretty good damn trade right now. But it's still 182.53. That is the current buy price, and we are currently buying it as we go. Like, that's why the money is moving up. That's why the dollars are counting down right now, right? Because this boat here is full. 82.50 is pretty much on there. If I go to my list of vehicles and I go down to my ships, you can see that the other boats are filling up. So this one here is almost full. It's getting closer to 8,000 tons here. And then the other boat we bought recently here is up to 58 something for its first trade. Its first purchase will be right here. And so, like, as these boats sell, you know, we're going to get 10.8. So almost 11 million from this boat, almost 11 million from the next boat, and the next boat. That's 33. And you add that to what we have right now, that's enough to buy another boat. So we'll keep doing that. And I think we'll scale it up to maybe 6 or 7 of these ore boats. And we're going to make a lot of money. It's worth it. Last thing, and I swear I just have so many things to show you, and there's just too many things. It's all very distracting because it's April right now, right? I have started using foreign labor from the West because I figured, you know, I was using my own citizens for a while, right? And yeah, it's cool, like, you don't have a cost, but I shut it off, but I never shut this off. Like, it's cool and all to use your own labor, and I encourage it from the helicopters, but that's just a lot of running around, and the helicopters are never full. I mean, you're gonna do a full trip and it's like, 2, maybe 3. Oh, hang on, did I fix the power? Power's fixed. Did we get the line? We must have got the lines done. Yeah, these lines are done, and that is helping. I'm not hearing any sound effects now. Weird. It happens. It's not a very uncommon thing right now. Yep. So power's fixed. Very good. Happy to see it. And I still need the answers on the trams and stuff. But yeah, so I figured the helicopters are going to go to the border. That way is actually closer, I think, than that way is. Maybe about the same. Either way, we might as well use the dollars. So we're going to use the Western labor to bring people over. That's where that helicopter's going right now. Back to the Western border to go get more people. Yeah? All right, cool. That's it. Thanks for watching, guys. I appreciate you. Let me know about the trams. See ya. Bye-bye.